Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
No, Batman. Actually, no one's gonna bleed today. Feral Druids don't revolve around bleeds anymore.
Bleed?
No, Batman. No more bleeds.
But I always bleed. You bleed, I bleed, we all bleed.
Okay, Batman, you can just stop talking. That's right, guys. Feral Druids no longer revolve around bleeds. Of course, you're going to want to keep your bleeds up constantly, but your main damage is actually coming to come from Brutal Slash. Now, let's go ahead and go over the 7.15 talents, because there has been a lot of changes, and I'll show you why Brutal Slash is the best. But since Brutal Slash is the last talent, let's go ahead and start in the very top with Lunar Inspirations, and work our way down. Now, not much has changed, but let's go ahead and go over it again. So the first talent is going to be Lunar Inspiration, still really good, viable. Next one is going to be Wild Charge, and they did buff Renewal, but it's still really crappy, so I wouldn't recommend it. And for the third row, not much has changed. Balance Affinity is still probably going to be your best bet, but if you feel like you're going to get tunneled most of the time, you can go into Guardian Infinity or Restoration Infinity, and they both work pretty well defensively, so it's kind of what you prefer. For the next row, it's going to be Mighty Bash, and Feral Druids lack CC, so having Mighty Bash is pretty much one of our only CCs that we do have. So this is one of the best talents that Feral Druids can have, actually. And for the next row, it's going to be between Soul of the Forest and Incarn, and basically Soul of the Forest is for long matches, when you know they're going to be going into dampening, and Incarn's for when it's going to be quick and easy games, pretty much, so that's what you want to do. Now, the next one is kind of tricky. It's kind of what you prefer. I myself stick with Jagged Wounds, but you can go into Sabertooth. Sabertooth increases your Ferocious Bite damage by 15% and also refreshes the duration of Rip. And since we're spamming Ferocious Bite more than ever, it could be possibly better. And the reason why we're spending our 5 combo points in Ferocious Bites is because of the new talent called Ferocious Wounds, which is in the Honor PvP talents, and we'll get into that within a few minutes. And this one is totally up for debate, so again, it could be between Sabertooth and Jagged Wounds, but I prefer Jagged Wounds. In the last row, there's been some big changes. Blood Talons used to be the best, but Brutal Slash is now going to be your best damage dealer because the cooldown of the recharge is only 11 seconds, and it used to be 16 seconds. But now the damage is still the same. They haven't increased that, but the damage of it is so crazy. Having it on an 11-second charge is absolutely ridiculous, and it's too good to pass up. All right, now onto the PvP talents. Again, there hasn't been too many changes, but the changes they have made have been really helpful to us. Alright, let's start with the top, and you're going to get Gladiator's Medallion, and you're pretty much always going to want to get that. And always save Gladiator's Medallion for a crucial moment for when you're like trying to get a kill or when you're trying to just survive. For the next row, nothing really has changed. You're still going to want to get Reinforced Armor. And for the next row, the big change that we got, there's actually 2, is Thorns and Tooth and Claw. Thorns is more for like 2s. You wouldn't really necessarily get that in 3s. But for 3s, you're going to want to get Tooth and Claw, which increases your health in bear form by 15% and increases your damage by 30%. And you get a new ability called Enraged Maul. But when you go bear form, you're not going to really go bear form to do that damage. You're going to want to live, and that's why you go in bear form. But it's nice that they give that little extra damage. But again, you're not going bear form to do damage. And again, for the next row, it's going to be between 2, Savage Momentum and Malorn Swiftness. And basically, you're going to get Savage Momentum when there's more than one caster, and get Malorn Swiftness when there's like double melee or something. And pretty much, you know they're going to go you most of the time, so having Malorn Swiftness is actually really OP. Pretty much with Malorn Swiftness, you're never going to be slowed, so it's really OP, especially against melee. They're going to have a tough time getting on you if you're moving at 100% speed constantly. The only thing that could stop you is Roots or Frost Novas. And even if you're not slowed, you're going to be going at 180% speed because they increase you by an additional 20% while in travel form. And that's actually really crazy that they gave us that. I feel like this is going to get nerfed. If it's not, that's really good for us because we were already really good at kiting, but this is just through the wall now. And for the next talent, it's going to be between King of the Jungle and Earthen Grasp. And basically, when you feel like you're lacking damage, you're going to want to go into King of the Jungle. If you feel like you're lacking peels, you're going to go into Earthen Grasp. And Earthen Grasp is really OP, so do not be afraid to go into it because Dispellers can no longer dispel this. Pretty much, the player has to get out themselves by popping a cooldown, like Blade Storm or Trinket. And if they use a Trinket on Roots, you know how amazing that is? That's going to put them so far behind. And for the last talents, probably one of the best things I've ever seen for Ferals, and I really don't know why we got this, but Ferocious Wound is going to be the best thing. And basically what it says is with a 5 combo point, when you use Ferocious Wound, it's going to reduce the target's health by 25% for 20 seconds and only on one person. But this is crazy what we got. And this is another reason why we're more of a single target killer now. And this and Brutal Slash added onto that just makes it that much more disgusting. So I can see a lot more burstier comps with Ferals now. So we can run with probably with Warriors, Demon Hunters, and Enhanced Shamans. And I'm sure we would work really well because of that reason right there. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If
I did something.
Wait, you did what?
Something.
Wait, what'd you do?
Shutdown sequence in 10 seconds.
Oh,
9,
fuck you, Batman.
8,
Sorry.
7.
Alright guys, if you like this video, make sure to hit that
6,
like and subscribe button.
5.
Let me know what you think in the comments
4,
down below. I love you.
3,
Bye-bye. Peace out.
2,
Batman loves you too.
1.